Oh, Saturday B talking to you about a kid with a PlayStation. Kid was called me. Yeah, when I was 12, I loved my PlayStation 1. I had that PlayStation up here, PlayStation in here. Ooh. Then that N64 came out, and you know what I thought? I thought, man, this N64's coming out, throwing this 3D here, 3D there. They're in the room and all the shops are all this 3D. I'm going back to play Metal Gear Solid and Resident Evil and Time Crisis on my PlayStation 1, and that's what I did. So obviously, the next generation came around, and my first port of call was a PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2. I was like, PlayStation 2. But I got it, and you know what? Had no soul! So yeah, I had my Metal Gear Solids, I had my SSX, tricky, but I just wasn't as into it. There was seriously something missing from the PS2, I thought. So I could have got an Xbox, I guess, but then 17-year-olds aren't allowed to rent forklifts. So my last hope to find a console in that generation that I really loved as much as my PlayStation was Nintendo's so-called Project Dolphin. So yeah, I didn't really like Nintendo at the time, and I had a PlayStation 2 that I spent a lot of money on. But why would I be talking about it anyway? This video all about why I love the Gamechubs. Star Wars games, more specifically Rogue Leader. One of the finest Star Wars games ever made. Not only because it's like Star Fox and Star Wars combined, but you can destroy the Death Star as Lando Calrissian. How can they be jamming this? Resident Evil 4 was brilliant. Remix. The GameCube had some of the best remakes that have ever been done in my opinion. Well, two. First, Resident Evil, where there was retelling a classic story, but told even better. It was just really scary. Resident Evil 4 was brilliant. Then you've got arguably even better Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes, which was just like the first one, but Resident Evil 4 was brilliant. One really cool thing, to combat piracy, Nintendo used a half-size DVD disc, and when you held them, it made you feel like a giant! 4 controller ports, 4 players! Resident Evil 4 was brilliant. The control pad, it's awesome. When I first saw it, I thought, I'd maybe rather hold a well-oiled lobster playing a saxophone, but then I actually used one, and it was more like... Resident Evil 4 was brilliant. That's just in my opinion though. Do you want to know what my favourite thing about the GameCube is though? It's really that it's got a handle so you can chub people with your chubs! So I haven't made a great point as to why you should buy a GameCube, but I'm just trying to say why I love the GameCube. In the end, it sold 22 million units, behind the Xbox at 24 million units, behind the PlayStation 2 at 157 million units. So yeah, completely lacking in online support, no digital audio, no widescreen, seen as a little too childish for the mature gamers of the age. But you know what? GameCube got soul!